This is Melbourne, a city famous for its attractions, from the iconic Arts Centre to the Yarra River and the mighty MCG.
Which is got there!
But get this city, complete with its skyscrapers and everything in between, took just 5,000 hours to build. Say what? It was built by a team of expert model builders just like Dave here, and then it took another team of 6 people almost 6 whole weeks to install. This is amazing. It looks exactly like the real Melbourne.
Well, it essentially is. This is our MINILAND. MINILAND is a pretty accurate representation of Melbourne made out of Lego bricks.
And there's so many of them too.
There is. There's 1.5 million in this city, as you can see around you.
1.5 million. It looks like a lot of work. It would be way too much for just one person to build.
It definitely would be too much for one person. It took a team of 15, about 3 months and about 5,000 hours to build the whole thing.
That is a lot of time. Okay, so how did they make sure that they got everything spot on? Because it really is so real.
It is very real. So a team flew all from around the world and took photos, visited all the buildings, took drawings, sketches, and made sure they had enough reference material to make the city that you see in front of you.
Standing at a whopping 3 metres tall, the Eureka Tower is the biggest model in MINILAND, which makes sense because it's also the tallest building in Melbourne. Now, Dave, that is the work of just one model builder, isn't it?
That's correct. So the Eureka Tower was made by just one person and took him 492 hours to build.
Oh, that is a lot of time. In fact, this place makes me a bit nervous because what happens if, like, one brick falls out or if someone knocks something?
Well, that's where my job comes in. So I need to maintain and continue to repair any buildings, keep them clean, and make sure the MINILAND stays pristine for everyone to enjoy.
I bet glue is your favourite tool.
Well, we do use glue a lot to make sure everything stays down. We need to make sure that the buildings stay as accurate as they can to the real things, so we use glue to make sure they don't fall apart.
Another part of Dave's job is to design and build other cool models for display. So, Dave, what would you say is the coolest thing you've ever built?
Well, luckily I get to build cool things every day in this job, but some of the cooler things that I like to build are just everyday household items that people just have no idea are actually made of bricks. They pick them up and they go, wow, this is actually not a real stapler or a real tape dispenser. It's actually made of bricks.
You're a little tricker.
Yeah.
So have you always loved building things?
Ever since I was a little kid, always had bricks on hand, but getting ready to build whatever my imagination would come up with, whether it be cars or dinosaurs or robots. And then, you know, just kept on going ever since a kid.
So is there one really cool thing that you built when you were little that made you think, I could have a career in this one day?
One of the things that I really used to like building with all my bricks was just dinosaurs, just to see how big I could make them and use them all and make any different types of animals that I could. So building them as big or as complex or as scary as well as I could using all the pieces that I had.
Cool. Dave has made an entire career out of model building, but we all have to start somewhere. And you can make models of everything using just about anything. 1 minute you might make a paper plane, and the next, well, the sky really is the limit.